Love, love. In my own culture, I get to say, Achama Tugul. How do you say love in your own culture? And how do you get to show it? Well, join us this Sunday from 8 to 10 p.m. as we get to discuss love languages in Africa. My name is Miriam Kiwi and welcome to African Kona.
Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, depending on where and when you are watching us from. My name is Mutadhiwa Wanyaga Mojiro Abaria Karegeve. I'm loving life as we are going on. It's just peaceful here in Kenya. It is a cool day here in Nairobi, Kenya. And Ali, I'm telling you, it's a good day. It's a good day. Ali, how are you? How is South Africa? How are you doing so far?
Thank you so much, my brother Wachiwi. My name is Ali Malekana, Mishimana Golimpopo, Mishimana Maritabenge, Mishimano Talagalato Fela, Kilebagama Tabamakoshi, Kinale Mona Hele, Kion African corner, like a boat someone up. Chila Levella Fela. My brother, the weekend was so epic. The weekend was so epic, and I can tell you that in South Africa, Vuvuzelas are playing all over the place saying beep, 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 beep. It's quite happy soccer. Everything is up and running this side. You're doing great. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Asante Sana. Today's we're having a very interesting conversation, and I'm looking forward to it. And today, basically, you're going to be talking about love languages in Africa. Love. Ali, how do you say love in your I love you, or how do you tell somebody you love them in your culture, in your language?
Let me tell you, lerato.
Here in my community, we say "negwedete." I love you. That's what it means, And so that is basically what we'll be talking about. Today is the 6th of the 11th month of the year 2022. We appreciate everybody for tuning in live. Continue sharing, continue subscribing, continue liking, comment, do all those things. Share. Today we are loving each other. So love us by doing that. And as you guys can see in your screen or on your screen, we have two wonderful ladies joining us for this conversation. I can see Winnie and I can see Natasha. So at this juncture, I want them to introduce themselves. They tell us who they are. Maybe you know them, but I want to assume I don't know them.
Yeah. Natasha, go through.
Hi, good evening, good afternoon, good morning. I am Natasha. I was here this week on Thursday. So I just want to assume that you know me if you have watched. And thank you for coming back. If this is your second time, third time, first time, yeah.
Winnie.
Hi everyone, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are, good evening. My name is Winnie Chelagat Korir, but I'm mostly known as Chela. And thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, guys. Winnie, you have not tell us how you say I love you in your community.
Well, in my community, we actually say achamin nakupenda. Yeah, I love you. Achamin. Yeah.
That is nice. Natasha, what language can you give us that you know how to say I love you other than English?
Actually, I can give you a lot of languages, but I think I'll say the one that I find is more, it sounds more appealing,
Mm-hmm.
How I hear they say it is nakuyanza.
Yes, I assume that is Luya.
Yes, that's Luya from the western part of Kenya.
Repeat that again. It sounds familiar.
Nahuyanza. If you hear to Sauti Sol, you've probably heard it. I love you.
What I love you. Look, there's I think there's a vendor and there's a Tonga. I think it's Tonga if I'm correct. Yes. When they say they love you, they say Niagoranza.
Okay.
They sound similar.
Yeah, they do.
Wachiri?
Ali, before we go on, please put the comments so that we can start acknowledging the guest, the audience that is here. I can see Joey Muya. He's waiting. I can see also he's saying that this is nice. I think he's alluding to the way people say love in their languages. I can see Barbara Jerry saying she's so excited about this live today. Thank you, Barbara. Joey Muya sending in some laughing emojis there. Who else is in, Ali? This is hard work leads to easy life. Negwedete. I think that's what he wants to say. That is Kikuyu for I love you. Yes. That's it, Ali, for the comments. So we can,
that's what we have.
We can dive into the conversation. Winnie and Natasha and Ali, I assume that you guys have been born and bred in Africa. And, in Africa, we have problems dealing with language. Not that we don't love each other, but we have problems with expressing the love in verbal form, in saying it. I don't know, even in your childhood, because that's why I want us to begin from a tender age, Winnie, Natasha, and Ali. Have you heard your mother, your father, your guardian, your grandparents, or the family that was surrounding you when you were young say with their own words, with their own mouth, that I love you? That you are my daughter, you are my son, and I love you very much. Because personally, hey, let me not go there. Winnie, let us begin with you. Have you had that? Have you had that experience in your life?
Well, growing up, I really didn't hear the direct "I love you." I mean, though my parents would always show their love through buying you small gifts, especially the dads to the sons. Like, you never hear a dad saying directly that, "Oh, I love you." In early in Africa, in Kenya most especially, your dad will just come and say "chukua hiyo," like chukua, get that. That is the only way he can actually express love to the son. And growing up, I didn't hear that word directly, but then right now, in this space where I'm able to actually understand that you have to give verbal love. Right now, I actually call my parents and tell them I love them. At first, it was very weird. They were like, "Okay, what's happening today? Why are you telling us you love us? Are you okay? Is there something happening?" But then nowadays I can openly tell my dad that I love you, and he'll not mostly give it back, but then he will agree with me that, "Oh, napenda sana." Yeah.
That is really nice.
On my own.
That is really nice. Natasha, I don't know if your mother told you.
So since Winnie talked about the father, let me talk about my mom. The first time I heard my mom say the words "I love you" was after I said it to her, which was after a very long time, and I was grown up, sort of, in high school. And I remember when I first told her, "Mom, I love you," her first question was, "Unataka nini?" Like, what do you want? Is there something you want? Because growing up, she shows love by doing things, not by saying it. When she comes home from work, she's like, "Ebu angalia kuna switi hapo kwa kibeti," and take it out. So for me, that was the experience until now growing up, when I realized, just like Winnie, that these things sometimes you have to say them, you have to verbalize them, so that, and it goes all the way to the extended family. Today I spent time with them, and I actually got to say it to some of them, that, "Hey, I love you." And of course the reactions were very different and funny and interesting, especially from the men around. When you tell your uncle that you love him, he's like, "Hiya, what is going on?" So yes, I think it's kind of the same experience around.
Ali, what about you? Let us hear from the boy child perspective. I don't know in South Africa if you people are loving enough to say it.
I can tell you that the last time when I had those weight, it's when I was a little bit younger. Currently, most of our parents, I don't know if maybe they are shy or what, but they won't come to you directly and just say I love you or maybe
Yeah.
something. Whenever when you start saying such words, it's like you are in need of something from them. Maybe you want the favor,
Yes.
or you need some moolah, or you need something. So in most cases, for me, to be honest, those words, I'll only hear them if maybe also they need a favor from me. I'll hear them saying hi, la hi. They'll be calling and say, I know that we love you so much, we miss you. Hey, but look,
Yeah.
man, please, assist us with the airtime or 1, 2, 3. That's
Yeah.
when I know that they need something. In most cases, when they call you and you just
Yeah.
hear them seem trying to be funny,
Mhm.
more that man is going.
On my end, actually, I don't know if this now because you're talking about love languages. I remember
Okay.
she used to
What?
say that, I'm doing this because we love you. We are doing this. Even the teachers used to say that. We are beating you people because we love you. And I was, what? Okay. So that was the love languages then, especially when they punish you. And I remember my mother used to punish us, give us a thorough beating, and then give us and tell us, "You go and drink soda or get this." And I don't know if that was their way of showing love. And that's why I want us to begin from, because I've heard Winnie and Natasha saying that in this point in time we need to, verbalize love. But maybe from a different perspective, I'm looking at it. Maybe the verbal saying, for me to say it out loud verbally that I love you, maybe it is not my love language. Maybe my love language is to, do something like take you out, or especially for people who are in a romantic relationship, or maybe it's just to do something differently other than saying verbally that I love you. For example, the way the parents used to do, they will rather go that.
Yeah. Wachiri, check your camera, buddy. Check your check your internet connection. You keep on breaking. Go
Okay.
through, please.
I was asking, what do they want? How do they want to respond on that? That this is not my love language. What if somebody tells you, Natasha, Winnie, me saying that I love you out loud is not my love language? What do you say to that? Winnie, go ahead.
Okay, first of all, I have actually realized that most people don't appreciate love or actually call it out that I love you, because love has been, the word I love you as a sentence has been associated with the romantic love. And that is why many people feel very weird when they just come up to you, and when you just come up to them and they tell you, I love you. Like, why do you love me? And I've seen it even in families, because like Natasha has said, like if you do actually tell your uncle, I love you, they'll be like, this is so weird. And we all know that incest in our African countries it's a taboo, So what we have visualized loving someone is where we need to correct it. But yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much for that. Well, we're waiting for Wachiri to come back. But I think that it's high time that people need to understand that we should actually normalize it. Telling someone that I love you, like Natasha, I love you, Winnie, I love you. We should normalize it, because I know some people, as Winnie is saying, that when you start to say I love you, they take it in a romantic way. Natasha, from your end, how do you respond to the question that Wachiri asked to Winnie?
Sorry for that. So I think I also stand with Winnie. I think we should normalize saying these things. We should normalize verbalizing them, because at the end of the day, it serves a lot. I mean, if you're the kind of person to take someone out and buy them gifts and just look for them and spend time with them, I feel like sometimes this could lead to a lot of misinterpretation. But when you verbalize them, when you tell someone I love you, it creates room for you to have a conversation. what do you really mean about it? Is it the romantic kind? Is it, And I feel like in every kind of relationship, having these kinds of conversation is very important. That is why we have to verbalize the love. Even if it's not your love language really, but at least just once in a while, tell someone, that person that you want to tell them that you love them. So that it could be they actually are going through something they want to share. And the only time they will feel free to share these things is when they have felt like they have this safe space in them.
Natasha,
Yeah.
I'm really finding it difficult. I want you to bear with me, Natasha and Winnie. This is African Corner. And in African Corner, you want to be candid and African. You see, maybe not me. I'm not speaking for myself here, or maybe I am, or maybe not. Maybe there's somebody in some part of Africa and saying that this is verbalizing love is not my love language. It is not African. Why do I need to say it? Why? Winnie, why do I have to say it that? Do I have really to say it out loud?
Well, I believe you really have to say it out loud because love is an emotional feeling, right? And many people, for you to actually influence a dozen, doesn't have to be masses, but you have to evoke their emotions. And as humans, we really love to embrace, we want to feel needed, we want to feel needed. And we know that actions speak louder than words, but then sometimes actions are just not enough. Like, I just want to hear that one word. Like, yeah, you're actually doing the things you are doing to me, but then do you love me? So, like Natasha said, yeah, just make it a habit of saying it once or twice in a month. If you're someone like me, say it every day. May I actually say it every day. By the way, at this time, I have told my parents so many times that I love them until they just know if I don't say I love you by the end of one phone call, there is a problem. I am not
And
okay.
I want us to change the conversation because I can see Barbara Jerry has posted. He has posted something. She's asking, and I want to begin from Ali because I want to hear what Ali is going to say. Barbara Jerry from she's saying that I think the panel should tell us what their love language is. Ali, let us begin from you. What is your love language? And I want us also not to let us be really honest. I want us also to shift from the parents thing. I want us now also to talk about the romance part. Ali, I do understand. Maybe or maybe not. You have a partner. So, what is your love language?
Okay. From my end, to be honest, first and first, my love language is about taking care of the other person.
Mhm,
Could be financially, could
mhm,
be emotionally.
mhm,
Those are some of the things that need to take them into account, and also intellectually. And also some of my love languages whereby I usually give gift to my partner and I
mhm,
communicate to my partner now and then. And also it's by also offering um you know like trying to offer to bring spices into the relationship so that I'm not a boring person. So at least I try different types of things that we need to do in a relationship, especially we're old here, so I can talk. Like when you're in a relationship, you need to try new things and new styles and all these things. So I'm making sure that our sexual, the sexual relationship part, it doesn't suffer. I'm a man. I
mhm.
need to, research and do a lot of things. So that I can spice things up in the relationship so that when I'm inside the room can be on fire. So I need to make sure
Yeah.
that I go and read a magazine and research
Mhm,
so that whenever with my partner,
mhm.
she must not cheat. She must not cheat to go to other people. I must bring the romance in the room. I must make sure
Eh,
that when we go inside the room, I do
mhm.
everything from the food up to the head. I must go and
Yeah.
check 50 shades of green. I must like learn. make sure that I satisfy my partner sexually. I take care of my partner, so that whenever when another guy will try one day to cheat with my partner will
Yes.
automatically say, "No, I wasted my time. Ali is better than
Okay.
you." So I'm trying.
But you see, by the time she's saying that, hey, things have gone south, eh? So she's not supposed to be saying that in the first place. But on that note, I want to go to Natasha. Please, on that note that Ali has just left us, the love language. How,
Yes.
what's your love language? And also tell us not only about the parents or the family, but tell us also about the love language to your friends and also to your, if you have a better half, tell us, please.
So as far as I know myself, I have two major love languages, big ones. Well, I don't have a partner yet, a significant other yet, but if I did, I'm a huge gifter. I like gifting my friends. Whenever I have money, I like spending on my friends. I just hear you say you want something. I'll try. If you've not bought it yet, I'll be sure to make sure you have it in one way or another. If I have money, that is. Another love language that I have or I like is spending quality time. I like, where I'm spending time with you and you're not on our phones. We're just having deep conversations and we're having a fun time. That is what I like. So yeah, those are my two love languages. But of course, the others, it depends on who the person is. For example, something like physical touch. You can't just get comfortable, just having sex with just anyone. So unless that is in the case of a significant other or like a partner, so I like calling them. Another thing, the other forms of love languages, whether we haven't mentioned them, there is words of affirmation. I'm not a very huge fan of that one. I don't know why, because I feel like I have already affirmed myself. I don't need to hear that from someone else. But of course, I would appreciate it if I hear once in a while. If I hear like once in a while someone say, "Hey, you have a lovely smile," or "Hey, I like your eyes," or "Hi, your nails are done." Wow. Of course, I would appreciate that. But at the same time, it's not like at the top of the list. So yeah, I think just those two for me, in terms of how I receive and how I give love.
Yeah. On the look of things, Natasha, you should avoid your friends who have, a taste of expensive things, because if they say they want a Range Rover, I don't know how that is
I
going to
mean,
go about that. But
that's the
before,
goal.
yeah, that's the goal. Eh?
That's the
Ali, I
goal. The
can
goal
see
is to
your.
have such friends.
A Range Rover.
Yeah.
A Range Rover.
Yeah.
Who's going to pay for
Yeah.
that?
Ali,
Who's going to pay for that?
I can see your face at POI.
No. It was a long time POI. Who's going to pay for the Range Rover?
I mean, if you have such friends, that means they're going to motivate you to work hard. You see, so you're not just going to be slacking there. By the time you're buying someone a Range Rover, you probably have your own Jeep, your own Lexus, whatever you want. So yeah.
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 Okay, that is interesting. I want to hear about Winnie.
Wachiri, it's quite interesting what we are hearing from Winnie and also Natasha.
Yeah.
It's quite interesting. I'm not hearing ladies who are saying that, yeah, I'm expecting a guy to pump money into my bank account now and then. It's quite interesting.
Okay.
I know
No,
if the
please.
partners are
Ali, hold on. We have not heard about Winnie. So we are not sure what he's going to say. Maybe you have just spoiled it.
No, let's wait and hear.
But either way, Winnie, please be honest. Just say what you wanted to say. What is your love language, or how do you think? Or rather, we'll get there. But at the moment, what is the love language that you? What's your love language in short?
Well, as Natasha has said, among the 5 languages, I believe you can have almost all, or at least 3. Yeah. And my love language is mostly gifting. We know at this stage we're still students. So you just give to the small things that you hear them saying. Maybe they're like, okay, I do not have earphones. My earphones just got spoiled. Yeah, I'll get them that without actually telling them that, oh, I'll get you that. Yeah. So my small thing is gifting. Even in a romantic set, I love gifting. I'll randomly get you a small something something if it means actually taking my guy out. Well, I'm not in a relationship right now, but
Mm-hmm.
if I do get one, I don't
Yes.
mind paying for a date. Yeah, yeah. Like I believe that love is something. Is a two-way traffic. You give me, and I give you. That is why, as Ali said, yes, we will ask for. Oh, I want this. I want you know, uh, this small kinds of gift. But then you should be able to reciprocate it back. And for me, it's gifting. And the second one is also a little bit of word affirmation. I want to wake up in the morning and remind you, you know what, I still love you. Like, I know we quarreled yesterday, but I still love you. I remind them that they're beautiful, and if it's for the romantic part, you're handsome. And yeah, I have to remind them, and a little bit of act of service. If I love you, I will do things for you. I don't even have to ask for them. Yeah, but then
Yeah.
not in a way that I am actually overworked. Yeah.
Oh, that is interesting to hear from the both of you. I can see some people are sending in some comments. Allow me to read them and acknowledge them. Barbara Jerry today, she's sending comments. She's saying, "Ladies, take note of Ali. Take note of Ali, Natasha, and Winnie. I hope you're taking note of Ali." Uh, she's also saying, "I want to be Natasha's friend. I just want a G wagon." That's really interesting. And then Joey Muya is saying that I think I will start using Ali's methods. Ali, I think Ali should she'll talk with Joey Muya hapo nyuma ya tent. In Kenya tunasemanga tuonane hapo nyuma ya hema. So I think they should do that. Moving on swiftly, I want us to, maybe look on this topic on a different perspective. We have talked about it, the love languages. We have talked about how what's your love language and how you receive these love languages. However, do you guys now think, is it really an important topic to talk about? Do you think it is necessary? Because some people have been commenting and saying, now what did you guys lack a better topic to discuss today? Was there anything better than this? So from you, Natasha, do you think love, especially in Africa, and even issues like love languages, is important to have such a discussion in Africa?
I think it's very important, especially in Africa we have been socialized in such a way that we are not having these conversations for some reason. That is how we found it, and somehow, at least I can say with this generation, we are trying as much as possible to change things. So why do I feel like it's important for us to verbalize, like we said? One, again, it opens room for conversation, and that is what we are trying to do, to get people to talk about things. We cannot just be saying, talk about your feeling, your emotion, and you're not creating room for that. We need to have such conversations. We need to have such spaces where topics like love and love languages in Africa are the discussion. Another thing, I feel like having, or rather talking about them, also help you identify what you like in a relationship, whatever kind of relationship it is, what you expect from your siblings, what you expect from your relatives, from your significant other, from your friends. It gives you that sort of, you are able to identify these things, so that at the end of the day, you're not going to be expecting me to gift you, and I don't even know you like gifts in the first place. I don't even know you like, I don't know you like, when you're sick, I should get you soup. I don't know. For me, maybe my love language is, when you're sick, I'll come sit there, hold your hand. For me, I feel like I have really done something huge for you. But for you, you're asking yourself, this one couldn't even make soup for me. You see, so such spaces and such topics, they're very important because, one, they lead to self-discovery. How you're going to give love to others, how you show love to others, and how you want to receive love from others. Two, again, I'm very big on communication. So they open room for communication amongst partners, friends, um, family also. So yes.
Okay, Natasha, we hear you, we hear you. What about you, Winnie? Do you think this is an important conversation to have in this time, especially in Africa?
Oh wow, I feel like Natasha has said a lot. That is amazing, by the way. But just to agree with Natasha, I feel like this generation of ours is quite an emotional generation. Yeah, we're very emotional. Like we have created a picture of not wanting to accept love as it is. And I feel that in this time and age where people are having a lot of mental disorders, I feel that bringing in love does open room for conversation. You know, there's some people who have actually committed suicide. They've written suicide notes, and most of them believe that no one loves them, and that is the reason why they are ending their life. So imagine if someone just came forth and actually told them that, you know what, we love you and we want you to tell us the problems that you're actually going through. But then, how will you introduce that if you haven't opened room for conversation, like Natasha was saying? So, in essence of opening conversation spaces, we actually get to handle mental disorders or mental problems. Then I think it's also important to spread love in this generation because we've seen what it has done to us as Africans. I mean, our parents didn't show us directly that they love us. They just showed us via, you know, actions like nimekuletea hii chukua, the way Natasha was saying akaswiti pale. But then I believe that us as seeing what our parents have done to us, we shouldn't take it trickle it down to our kids. I believe that we should actually change that and raise a kid let them know that you actually love them, like let them make it a norm that they know, oh, mom said ananipenda, dad said they love me, and from that they will actually get to spread that to their other friends and to the people around them, and then just like that everyone embraces love. Yeah.
Interesting. Ali, we are talking about love language here, and maybe many people, including many people in our audience, are just thinking or looking on this topic only as a perspective, especially on the romance perspective. And I've had Natasha and Winnie bringing in a different perspective. That is, issues of friends, issues of family, even workmates. How do you think that now will go about? Especially you, give us, a candid conversation about that, especially in your circles and friends, especially, here in Africa, especially male friends. We don't say that kind of things. It's even somewhat considered a taboo. It's very rare to hear maybe Ali or anybody saying that especially when somebody is wearing nicely, you just hear saying them. Hey, here in Kenya, you'll hear somebody saying, "Hey, sasa umeiba nani?" As in just some weird language there. They'll say, "Hey, mukubwa, chairman." Instead of just saying it directly, you're dressed well today, or I just love the attire. And I think that is also some sort of. Do you think that is also some sort of love language in Africa, especially with the gentlemen?
Yeah.
Ali?
To touch it in detail, the question, covering from Natasha's side, covering from Winnie's side. I can tell you that I'm going to be honest here. I'm not going to lie. And I will speak on behalf of the youth. This topic is very much important for us to touch it because if you go to the schools or where in most cases the youth are gathering, and you try to engage with them with such topic, they will stone you up with stones. You're wasting their time. They don't have time to entertain you, to come and talk about such things. Why? Because most of the youth today, they end up misunderstanding love. They end up misunderstanding the spirit of adulation, and they're confusing. They're also confusing the difference between, dating and being into a relationship with a person. They're confusing all these things. What we see today, we even see most of the young people, could be our young brothers and young sisters, starting to get into serious relationship. Imagine at the age of 17 and 18, being in a serious relationship. But this one's what they're doing is not on. We see that happening. Most of them are being influenced by their friends. Even I could say the music that they are listening to, it's influencing them. The music called them a piano. I don't know in Kenya what do you call it. The music called them a piano. It's taking off the storm. Some of the artists, there are things that they're doing that they're actually, even social media now is the pressure coming from the social media, TikTok. Yeah, that's too much. That's too much. TikTok, it's actually killing these young ones. When you see a couple playing a song there, a love song, you see them dancing together. Now that thing, it brings pressure. It puts pressure on them. At the end of the day, they end up doing things in order for them to get some moolah. To wrap up from my end, what I can say is that most of the youth, it's very much important for them to have this topic. And because of today, whatever that they're doing, it's out of the line. Some of them, they end up doing drugs, they end up doing alcohol. Some of them, they even end up committing suicide. Imagine, myself, I would never kill myself for a lady. Shem, never. I would never kill myself for somebody. Never. So it's happening. We see a lot of guys are hanging themselves because they say, Winnie or Natasha. I found Winnie and Natasha with Wachiri. Wow. I'm giving you an example. Now, somebody will hang himself up. So there are a lot of things happening. I'm telling you, myself, I'm not going to entertain such. Yeah, in general, my brother, that's what
that is a very interesting angle to look at it, but it's also an alarming thing because one, I've come to realize in Africa, many people shy out of having a conversation. And that is basically what African Corner we are all about. We want Africa to speak. I think Africa has gotten to the point of where it has gotten because among various reasons is because we do not speak of various issues, and especially such kind of issues. Because we are finding here in Africa, here in Kenya to be specific, you find people murdering each other because of such kind of things that earlier somewhat alluded to, because maybe they did not speak about this thing. Because I'm also very keen on matters communication, and especially this love language that we are talking about. If this is your love language, maybe you should also try and make it clear to the people that you are surrounding or you are loving, for that matter, that this is my love language. This is how I love. So to avoid such kind of bad things happening.
Also,
however, Ali,
before you go through, when you're talking about this issue of language, not to be feminist or how, but also how most of our young sisters and our sisters are wearing up. It's actually, talking. It's talking a lot. A lot is talking. And it's even affecting some of our brothers. Love language also, I never had anybody saying that. Love language also comes from the attire, how you wear. So that contributes a lot. I don't know if I'm wrong, but I stand to be corrected.
Okay. And I want to finish off on because I can see time is not on our side now. You can see also Barbara sent in her comment. She's saying, what are your boundaries when it comes to the love expression on your terms in relation to the said pressure these days? And that is, we'll be answering that in a moment. Actually, you can actually just answer it together with the question that I want to pose. Starting with Natasha. I can see also Rebecca is saying money is also a good love language. I was wondering when somebody is going to say that, especially the ladies. Money. Anyway, so Natasha, we have this issue of tough love. People like talking about tough love, and they say, especially in Africa. I am beating you because I love you, and those kind of things. So what do you think about that? What do you guys think about tough love? And also, you in the process try and answer the question that or react to what Barbara is saying, that what are your boundaries when it comes to the love expression on your terms in relation to the said pressure these days? Because Natasha, you have said about you love gifting, and also Winnie said about gifting. So in terms of that, what is the boundaries towards that? So Natasha?
So I've never really thought about it, but let me try and answer it. I think my boundaries when it comes to love expression and how I receive is probably, don't do it unless you're sure I want it. For instance, physical touch. Don't do it unless you're sure, that is, unless I have given you consent. And I think that is another thing that we have to have an entire discussion about when it comes to consent, and what consent is and how it sounds like, how it looks like. Sometimes you're walking along the street and someone is calling you, but somehow they feel the urge to touch you. Why is that? Or sometimes you're friends with someone fine, but for some reason they still feel like they have to touch you. I feel like, don't do it unless you're sure I like it. And again, if we haven't talked about it, just don't do it, because I'm a gifter, yes, but gifting is very risky, because one, you're not sure if this person is going to like what you're going to gift them. So I don't even know if I should say this, but let me say this. I once received a gift based on what the person wanted to get from someone else, not really from me. That was sort of annoying. I hope you guys can hear me. And that was a little bit annoying, because for a second, whatever I got was not even a little bit of it. It was nowhere near my personality, and now it became insulting. So I feel like if you haven't taken your time to study me, to know me, don't do it. Don't do it. Just don't, because now it becomes an insult instead of a love language. It becomes something else. It creates
Natasha, I might be speaking
hatred.
for many people.
Yeah.
Natasha.
Yeah. Yes.
I might be speaking for many people when I say that. Now, what do ladies want? This person gave you a gift, saying it is not near your personality. Now what? Now what? Maybe the love language was just to gift you, regardless of your personality.
No, I mean, you can't just gift someone something they don't even use. For instance, if I don't wear trousers, you cannot buy me a trouser because I won't wear it. You see, so you have to observe me, or ask my friends, the people around me. They're going to tell you. You see, that's what I'm saying again. If you're going to take a certain path to show your love to someone, at least make sure this person is going to like that path. Do you get? Again, communication. That's what you're saying. Verbalize it. It creates room for this conversation. Yes. Yeah.
One is supposed to take time, to understand this person. What do they love? What do they want? And
yes.
Yeah, Winnie.
Yes.
Please also react to what Barbara has written down.
First of all, I would love to say that I also concur with Natasha, and love boundaries mainly comes in with communication. If you're not someone who communicates, how will someone know what you love? How will you know that I'm not supposed to be touched? I don't like being touched randomly. This is what I need, and this is what I don't need. So in the case of romantic love, that is eros. Okay, first, love is divided into three sectors. That is philia, where there is the parental love. Is it? Yeah. Then eros, which is the romantic love, and then finally agape, which is the love you share around to everyone. So you should first understand what kind of love is this. It is easier to speak to relatives and tell them this is what I love and this is what I don't. it is quite easy. But then coming into the romantic part, you have to have stayed with a person and actually understood not only their what they have said, but also understand their actions. You know, some people do not really communicate, but they show it via action. So are you an observant person? Am you just around them and you don't observe what they do? If you've observed that this is not what I like, how will you bring about it? You know, so I believe that in terms of romance, the ability to stay with someone for a long time and actually understand what they love, that is what and communication, of course, that is what will help with the boundaries. Then this is very controversial. But then I don't know if I should bring it up, but then the Bible is the only book that actually explains what love is. All of us don't know what love is. We know that it's just an emotion. And there is no actual book that explains what love is. Of course, science says that love is a chemical reaction that pushes us into reproduction, you know. But then love in the book of 1 Corinthians 13, verse 4, it explains what love is. You know, love is patient, love is
Winnie,
kind.
that is true. It is subject to controversy because the same book was written by human beings just like us, but the difference is that they are said to be inspired by God. So will it be fair for us to say that it's the only book and yet it was written by human beings just like us?
Well, it was written by human beings, but I don't believe that is that is something that came from them. Because if it actually came from them, then how comes we don't know what love is? You know, why do people confuse what love is? But then I feel that this specific chapter can work for also people who believe, both believers and unbelievers, because it's very open. It's very self-explanatory, and it shows what love is. Love is patient. You know, if I love you, I will wait on you. Yeah. If love is kind, love does not give love does not boast, love does not give record of wrong, does not keep record of wrong. It's very easy. And with this, I think you can be able to understand now the boundaries that come into love. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, thank you, Winnie, for that. Ali, I can see time is not on our side. I want us to start wrapping up the show, and because I know you might be busy, you can give us your final comments on this, and we start wrapping up.
Yeah, nothing much, my brother. Thank you so much for that. What are your boundaries when it comes with love expression and terms in the, to keep it short, I'm very simple on my side. If you're a lady and you're listening to this out, take notes from my side. As one said, take notes. Listen, look, don't take advantage of my kindness. I'm very kind. I'm a very cool person. Don't take advantage of that. And bear it in mind, if I'm in a relationship with you, I'm giving people advice here. Listen up. People must take notes. So don't take advantage that you are a lady in a relationship. You must depend on somebody else. No. Ladies must go and work hard and bring the mullah into the relationship.
Yeah.
Ladies must be independent. Ladies must be driving those Range Rovers Natasha and Winnie are talking about. So ladies, they need to live their life. Ladies need to go out, to places. Only groups as ladies only to show off to guys that we can do it without you. Ladies must enjoy. Ladies must live their life. So stop depending on other people and keep it short. Pressure is there, but myself, I have my own constitution that I'm living within the constitution. It's my personal constitution. So I cannot allow pressure that is not on my constitution to govern me how to live my life. I have my own constitution. Myself. Pressure won't come in my constitution. Keep it short.
Yeah. Yeah.
Back to you, Wachiri.
Yeah. Yes.
He's still laughing, this guy.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Ali. That is, I hope people are taking notes. Collins, wherever you are, I hope you're taking notes. Natasha, in 1 minute, and Winnie, in 1 minute each, give us your final comments.
So,
Natasha, we'll begin with you.
I had a lot of final comments, but first of all, thank you for tuning into the show. Thank you for joining us.
Natasha, go on.
And another thing I'd like to say is take time to observe someone. The person that you're planning to express this love language to, take time to like really observe them and know what they like. Another thing that I forgot to mention, or like that I'd like to mention to parents, make sure as your kid is growing up, make sure that you keep telling them that you love them, so that they don't have to hear it the first time from a stranger. That is how I feel like most teenagers go through things out here in the hands of strangers, just because they didn't get that, affirmation from their parents. Make sure as a parent you make it your responsibility to make sure that your child knows and they hear it from you, firsthand, that you love them. Don't just show them, don't just tell them, angalia kuna kitu nimeleta. No, tell them, come back home from work and tell them, I love you. You're my daughter, you're my fan, and I love you. Yes, thank you.
All right,
thank you
for
so
much.
Me.
Thank you so much, Natasha. We're moving very quickly. We're moving back to Winnie. Winnie, what are your final words in less than a minute? What are your final touch, Winnie?
I also had a lot of final touches, but then I will go with 2. And my final touch is love is something that comes from within. So let it actually come from within. We all know that an empty cup cannot fill another cup because it's empty. So the things that the love languages that you think you have, actually do them for yourselves first. If you are a person who loves gifting, do not depend on another person. If you love gifting, gift yourself first. If you love words of affirmation, affirm yourself. Wake up in the morning and tell yourself, you know what, I'm actually beautiful. And if if you're someone who does acts of service, take yourself out, wash those dishes for yourself, and you will now understand what love is when it first comes from within, and if you first show it to yourself. Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Winnie, for that. Ali, I can see Odoro Mondi has sent in his comment saying love language, and Joey Muya also reacting to you. Yes, amen. Ali, yes. I think it's meaning to that, and also Mary Wanjiku saying yes, that's it. I think she's also reacting to what Natasha had said earlier. Ali, I want to give a special shout out to Miriam. She gave us that wonderful introduction video, and also in a special manner, allow me to give a special, thank you to Winnie here and Natasha for availing themselves and taking the time to come and join us here. So we really appreciate them a lot. Ali, also, I want also to remind our audience that to keep on subscribing, keep on sharing, keep on liking, keep on commenting across. Just do anything that you can to enable us to, move forward. And also just to tell them that we are now accepting suggestions for topic to be discussed. So they can send suggestions of whatever they want to hear us to discuss about, whatever topic they feel that is relevant to be discussed, especially here in African Corner. They send the suggestions to us. They can check in the description. They can see our emails there. Or those who can be able to reach us, they can reach us directly through our social media platform or they can just send in or a comment or drop a comment in this very live video. So Ali, there is nothing much from me. I think this is a wrap. Just want to thank everybody who has tuned in. Allow me to to mention Barbara. She has been sending in her comments. Joey Muya, all the way from Pwani. Thank you very much for coming in. We are seeing who else? You Becca sending in her comments, and Odoro Mondi, our very own Odoro Mondi. Thank you very much for sharing and spending time to see us, and also Mary Wanjiko. We are very grateful for that. Ali, want to remind our audience that we'll be back here on Tuesday to give them the state of the continent, to notice and tell them what is going to happen in Africa. So from me, there is nothing much. I just want to thank everybody. Today, I'm very grateful. I just have a lot of thanks to give. My name is Motavio Akirawanya Mojiro Abaria Karege. Thank you very much. I wish you a very wonderful week. Mungu awabariki popote mlipo. Ali, that's it.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.